an update on Fani Willis. Ma, you been watching the Fani Willis update?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I did not the latest. I haven't heard the latest.
The Georgia judge rules evidence to exist to possibly disqualify Fani Willis in the Trump case. Now, we already said she needed to remove herself.
Yeah.
Why you got to be kicked out? We already said you needed to remove yourself.
Right away, here's the thing. A lot of times...
For people who don't know, Fani Willis is the DA in Georgia.
For the court.
And she's one of the people that brought down the charges against Trump for election interference.
And she's
the guy who she has over the case from her office, the DA office, she was having an affair with him, apparently, I guess. And he was not with his wife, according to him. They were getting a divorce. And Trump, one of the guys, part of the Mar-a-Lago team, the guys that's being arrested, brought charges saying she shouldn't even be on the case and the whole case should be thrown out because of the fact that that was not, what's the word you say? It wasn't, you shouldn't do what she did.
Right.
Have a behind the scene affair with one of the guys that's over us. And that's the only reason why he got the case is because he was with her. Now, people who are smart, I think, which Trump isn't, would say you would want him to be over the case if you think he's not qualified. Why would you want them to get rid of them and bring somebody who's really qualified?
He's not.
So I told you he's a moron.
Because it's about tit for tat. It's
well, he wants the whole case thrown out.
Yeah, and he's trying to delay too. That's his delayed plan.
They said they don't think a judge would throw the case out. In my opinion, why would you? It has nothing to do with the case. But he might throw them out.
Exactly.
Her and that guy.
Right away when she got when they came at her about this whole thing, if as a wise woman, you should have just sat down.
First of all, as a wise woman, you should have excused yourself and that guy from being on there in the first place.
Thank you. Yeah.
You are in a high profile case.
Yes, very high.
You don't think somebody's going to find out that you having an affair with the guy who you put on the case?
Right when they said that. See, she was at a church saying things and they said on The View, this is not a time for you to go to churches and preach whatever you feel is if it's coming against you or whatever. This is a time you need to sit down, recuse yourself.
She needs to sit down.
And get somebody else in there to pass the baton.
Now,
Fani.
she's falling.
Pass the baton.
She's falling right into the hands of what Trump wants.
Yes.
And that's to delay he wants this delay.
Yes.
So he could be the president of the United States.
Yes.
That's what he wants.
He wants the time frame to be voted in. So let's throw everything and the kitchen sink at her. What she's done, what she tried to do, what she thinks she can do.
And when he becomes president, if he becomes president, they say he has the power to fire her as the DA.
Right.
So she's giving him what he wants. He wants time.
Yeah.
But he may not have to because it says here a Georgia judge has ruled that he will hold at least 2 days.
Yes.
Now we're prolonging it.
Yes.
Of potentially explosive televised hearings on whether to disqualify Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from the election fraud case against President Donald Trump.
They know
because of her romantic affair.
They got to move quickly. So thank you.
They wouldn't have to do that if she just would step back.
Oh, Jesus. She probably thinks that she's clear. And
she said this is harassment.
No, it's not.
I'm not going to feel inhibited by stepping in, even without an objection from counsel, whatever. Let's see, focus. McFree said at nearly 2 hours. Oh, this is a McFree. Judge McFree said at nearly 2-hour emergency hearing on Monday.
Sit down. Don't let your pride get in the way. You may have to do like a relay race where they have 4 people running that relay and they pass that baton to the next runner and they pass it to the next runner and then you got your fastest one at the end. Fani, sit down. You and that homeboy you've been dating, sit down and allow justice to do its thing. You can give input even on the people coming in after you pass the baton and keep it moving.
I think
the point is to get Trump out.
Exactly.
And your pride is getting in the way because now you're doing what he wants. Delay.
And you also playing into their hands of what is so special about this guy that he has to stay.
Thank you. He ain't worth it.
And somebody was like, is he putting it down that good?
He ain't worth it.
Is he putting it down that good? Most women be like, you gotta go.
Sonny claims on The View that she approached at least 2 or 3 people. Sonny says she knew those names and they were very good prosecutors. They all said no. Anything with Trump, they didn't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Because, I get it. I do get it. They comb over.
Justice says, were they dating prior to
the case?
The case or after? They were dating prior to the case.
Prior to the case. But even
if it was prior or after,
it don't matter.
Either way,
yes.
nothing. Oh. Ain't nobody's peeing that good.
Thank you.
To ruin a case. I'll wait, dude. We can do this later.
And even
if it's prior, don't put him on it.
Oh,
say I can't put him on it because me and him is hooking up.
But it don't even matter now if he stays or not. The spotlight is on her.
Yeah, it is.
It's her. She made the decision to pull him in, whether she slept with him or not, whatever. Trump did not like her from day one.
Yeah.
So they gonna pull everything and the kitchen sink out on her.
Yeah.
And even her past, who is it that she's doing where the RICO.
Yeah.
She's good at that. She did it before. So they're all like, get her. What can you find on her?
Justice is true too. If she got rid of him, he could file a lawsuit.
Who?
That's true. The Nathan guy.
Well, then they both would be sat down together. Then that's
so.
Fine.
Then
that's
maybe
fine.
That's a good point. I'm calling you Fani. That's a good point, Justice. Maybe that's why she's not doing anything.
But if she sits down,
she letting the judge do it.
If she sits down,
but she could sit down.
She could.
She could remove herself. But I agree with him. You're right. He could say something or whatever.
Well, she still could sit down because the moment Trump and his people are coming at you, and there may be some leverage that they can do, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Sit down because he's delaying and you're allowing him to delay this.
So,
all
right. So that's the latest.
So simple.
And you notice that I saved this person for last.
Oh, wow. What's the update?
Because I didn't want to do a whole